What is up, everybody? It is Derek Vandy here, and I'm super excited to be back and give you all the information that I have to give you that I've learned in the last 2.5 years, and just how much I've grown as a trader, a person. I'm excited to be here. As you guys know, I'm running Trader Society Academy. I'm doing signals. I'm trading an investor account. And just big things are happening for me in my life. But I'm super excited to be here. I wanted to go over my FX book and my results and what it takes to actually get to this level of a trader that I've accomplished. And it's been through consistency, hard work, a lot of brain adjusting, essentially getting my brain to the point where it is so locked in and so on point that there's really nothing that can get in my stinking way as a trader. So let's go over this. Let's go over my FX book and what I've done since June 1st of 2022. And I started this account right before, actually right after the FX Summit last year. I'm super excited to show you guys what I got going on here. So I am trading this account for an investor. As many of you guys know, maybe you don't, I went through some life stuff. I got a divorce and I lost a lot of my overall wealth through this journey. And I went through some of the darkest times of my life, but I have came out so much better than I was before. And I'm super grateful for where I'm at and just what this whole process has done for me as a person, as a trader, as a mentor, as a father. And I wanted to give my advice on what can potentially make you guys better traders, better at certain areas of your life, and just the real tricks of what I've done to get to this level. So as you guys can see, this is my FX book. This is what I am currently doing. Like I said, this is an investor account. We're currently splitting the profits. But for me, overall, this is more of a savings account. I want to do something special with this account when I get it to where I want to get it to. And it might be buy a house, it might just put it in a savings, whatever it is. I'm gonna do something super big with this account when I'm finished with it. Because like I said, I am currently working on my Series 7. Once I get my Series 7, I will be trading $50 million. And this will be late June. And when I get to this point, it's game over. There's really no competition. What I will be doing and what I will be trying to maintain on this $50 million account is gonna put me to the next level. And I can't wait to go to that next level to bring people up with me and show you what it really takes to get to this level, and also what can happen when you do the right things with money. And I give all the glory to God. I give all this for the kingdom and God's kingdom, and that's ultimately where I'm at with this. But anyways, let's go into trading. This is the AirFX account. I'm currently trading this with AirFX, and the reason why I use AirFX is because I know the owners, I trust them, I know how the system is in place, and I honestly have been on calls with the owners, so I trust them. I trust the money. I know where it's going. I know that I can get a withdrawal. If I request a withdrawal right now, I could get it in my bank account within probably 6 hours, probably less. All I'd have to do is make a little phone call and money would go right into my Coinbase, where I would transfer it from Bitcoin into my Coinbase. Then ultimately I could do whatever I want with it right there. But anyways, I've done 494% in the last year, essentially averaging 18% a month in profit. If you look at my trades, I'm currently sitting at a 95% win rate. Let's look right here. We can see I'm 141 for 149 on my longs, and on my shorts, I'm 144 for 149, putting me at an overall 95% win rate. And the reason why I am at this win rate is because I'm so specific in the trade setups that I take, and I'm going to show you a specific trade setup that I would take and did take later on in this video, so stay tuned. So as we can see, it's been a great stinking year. Absolute great stinking year. And here's the thing with this trade or with this system and what I've been doing, I haven't actually lost a single trade setup in the last year. And the reason is I wait for these confluent areas that line up, just like I'm going to show you later on in this video. But let's say I have lost positions, and most of these positions has either been because they've broken even and haven't covered spread or commission, or the pure fact that I do, and this is where I've taken my big loss, essentially big loss. You know, my biggest loss on this account was from when I entered a GBP JPY sell, but it was at the wrong area. I could have waited a little bit longer. We had a better area of confluence above my entry. So what I will do in this situation, when I see a better area of confluence above my entry, I will enter 2 more times. And when I get those entries, what will happen is I'll get my first entry down here, my second and third entry right up here. Now, when entry 1 and 2 break even, I will close those trades. I'll let trade 3 run, and overall, I will make profit on the trade. And that's exactly what happened on my GJ trade. Super easy stuff. It's my system. Now, I didn't get a crazy ton of drawdown on this. I got maybe 1% to 1.5% drawdown on this trade, but ended up making over 3 or 4% on this trade setup. So that comes with skills, my system, having everything that I need in order to put myself in this position. I know where my entry points are. I know where my exit points is. I know where to put my stop and profit. I know how to manage my trade at every point in the market. I know if I need to close a trade early. I know where my take profit needs to be. I know my system like the back of my hand, and ultimately what this does for me is it keeps me in the game forever. I will never not be able to make money in the market again, and that is one of the best feelings I can tell you that you can ever have. There's no way around my system unless I just totally ignore my system and start doing something else, that I won't be a profitable trader. That is how dialed in I am with my system, how much I know my system, and honestly, how dialed in I am with my psychology, my mental game, every aspect of my life. I am dialed in, making things happen, and I think this is where you need to be as a trader. So as you can see, let's look here. My average win, and this is because some of the wins I've taken are far bigger than the 141 pips. I would say, like, if I was going to get into a trade, my average trade would run for 70 pips, but you know, I've taken a massive 1,800 pip win on 3 or 4 positions on Bitcoin. So that's why the average win evens out to 141 pips. My average loss, 11.76 pips. Haven't taken many losses. Now, it just is what it is. But I have pretty much won on every position that I've taken. It's a good feeling, as you can see here. I mean, I could go through all these. But this is pure motivation. This is another thing that I think is super cool. They want me to, my FX book, they want me to run the auto trade program on my FX book, which could ultimately make me a ton more money. Super good thing. And that's just one of those things that it's like, when you're doing it, you get presented with things that can benefit you. And I've definitely been doing it. Been putting my heart and soul and energy into being the best trader that I can possibly be. And ultimately, I'm there. I'm getting better every day. I'm never going to quit. I'm constantly going to get better and see how I can perfect my system. So I can't even imagine where I'm going to be at in 3 years, but I know that I'm going to be at places that are just massive, beautiful, and the things that I'm going to do for this world, this community, are going to be massive. So if you're here right now, you're one of the lucky ones that's watching it as it's happening, instead of one of the people that's going to be, you know, there after it's already all come in. So you got to be right here watching this all happen, watching this real epic transition and life go on. It's going to be an epic thing. But anyways, I wanted to go over just my FX book. Want to show you guys what I've been doing and what being consistent can do for you as a trader. I do believe that I am one of the best traders in the world. I believe that I've earned that position, and I'm just a nobody right now. I'm just a nobody right now, but in my heart, I believe that I am one of the best traders in the world. And I think that someday I will be crowned one of the best traders in the world. I don't think there's a whole lot of people that have what I have as a trader. And I'm not boasting, I'm not bragging. I'm being honest, I'm being real. And this is something that I can do with myself. I can be real. I put in the work. I continually put in the work. I built a system that's just absolutely beautiful. And that is why I'm sitting here right now, being able to show you guys what I'm doing right here. It's pretty amazing stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys, take some motivation out of this. This isn't for bragging purposes. This is purely for me showing you what it can take if you freaking follow your rules, stay consistent with yourself, don't go against your rules, find a system that really freaking works and just make it freaking happen. All right, so now I wanted to go over the last signal I called, GBP NZD. It was actually called based on a 2-hour time frame move, had a beautiful shark fin. I'm gonna show you exactly why we entered this trade, why we took our profit where we took it, and just the overall confluences on this trade that were so stinking beautiful. So, actually right in here is where we were looking for an entry. I was actually wanting it to come a little bit lower, and then I noticed on the 2-hour time frame that this was the area. It lined up with the 6-hour, the weekly time frame, the 5-hour time frame, the 4-hour time frame, the 3-hour time frame, and the 2-hour time frame. We took this trade based on a lot of different confluences, but all confluences that led together to give us this pure conviction that we needed to be in this buy, and ultimately resulted in a very nice 168 pip win with 0 drawdown. Now that's pretty average for me because I do find very confluent areas in the market that line up with not only market structure, but it lines up with confluence on our chart, and it lines up with what's going on our indicators, which when you put those three together, especially something as powerful as our TDI, it just stinking works and it stinking lines up. So as you can see right here, if you guys have watched my course and watched the previous videos, this is the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, price right here, we have, if we look left, we can see that we are on an area of support. It was resistance, now turns support. Our TDI is showing us that we are hidden divergence, meaning that we are in a market that's trending in the way the market has been going. So this has been trending bullish. When we get this hidden divergence in here, this is an indication that the market's going to continue to trend in its market cycle, which is ultimately bullish. So as we can see, and how I can tell this is hidden divergence, we can see that price clearly is higher than price right here, but on our RSI, it's showing completely opposite, which to me is a very nice sign that, hey, we have this confluence that the market is in a trending market. RSI is telling us in the trending market. The RSI also is very spaced out from our Bollinger Bands here, which is a very good sign to me and something that I really like to see when I have hidden divergence or when I have a shark fin. I like to see the RSI far outside the Bollinger Bands, because the further they are outside the Bollinger Bands, the more likely they're about to snap back and bring us back into its current market cycle. So as you can see here, again, we had the resistance, now turns support. If I were to draw my Fibonacci right here, from the low to the previous high, we are on that 50 level Fibonacci. And to me, if I'm on a good confluent area and I have either the 38.2, the 50, 61.8, or the 78.6, it's to me a very good indication that we're in a confluent event, and it's giving me the conviction to want to be in this trade. So ultimately, this is just the 4-hour time frame. We do know that we have the Fibonacci. We know that we have the support. We know that we're on a trend line right here. As you can see, market rejected, rejected, rejected once, twice more. We're on that trend line again. So that's giving me a conviction to want to be in that trade. I'm going to remove my Fibonacci, and I'm going to take us down to the 3-hour. So as you can see on the 3 hour, our RSI is way extended outside the Bollinger Bands. What we'd really like to see right here, again, you know, everything's looking very nice. We're on that 50 level Fibonacci. Now, if we look at the 2 hour, the 2 hour actually looks better than the 3 hour. We can see that we have a deep shark fin. RSI is way extended outside the Bollinger Bands. That to me is a good indication that, hey, I want to be in this trade. We're also right on that 200 moving average. So let's say that this market does come down. I'm going to re-enter again on that 200 moving average, which is why I said, hey, if we do, when we enter here, we could see drawdown, and we're going to enter again on that 200 moving average. But ultimately, this trade just worked out to a T and, you know, gave us more than one reasons to why we should be in this trade. So as you can see here, again, let's pull up the Fibonacci from the low, previous low to the previous high. We are on that 50 level Fibonacci, and which was one of the reasons why I wanted to see this trade. Not only is it that, we had the trend line supports now. So we have those three indicators just on our chart. Fourth indicator is that we have a shark fin. When anytime you get a shark fin on a key confluent area, you're about 95 to 97% chance that you're going to win this trade, or at least be able to get into profit on this trade and protect yourself. And ultimately, that is why we call trades as well as we do. That's why we don't lose many trades, because we try to call A+ setups just like this trade setup. So I'm going to remove the Fibonacci again, and I'm going to show you another key confluent thing on this trade. If we look at the weekly time frame right here, we can see that we have our trend line from the high, market broke, and at this level we were actually retesting that trend line break and retest. And we can see from our RSI on our TDI that more than likely we have broken that trend line. We're coming from a strong area of support on the lows. So more than likely, because we're making the higher lows in here, more than likely we're going to see this trend line finally break. And that's where we're at right here. That's another confluence to why I want to be in a buy on this trade right here. So let's go back to that 6 hour. Not only that, the 6 hour is a perfect hidden divergence right on that 50 moving average, as you can see right here. We're on that 50 moving average, which is that red moving average. My favorite moving average, my favorite trade setup. Again, we have so many different confluences on this trade, and when you take just trades like this gives you so much conviction to want to be on this trade, because not only it lines up with market structure, it lines up with our confluences, it lines up with our Fibonacci, which is part of our confluences, it lines up with our indicators on our chart, which is such a big deal to me. My number one thing when I'm looking for a trade setup, especially one with confluence and everything that lines up, it has to have the indicator on the TDI line up with what's going on the chart, because that makes it almost a guaranteed win. And when you have a strategy as powerful as the strategy I've created, I'm not just saying that. I think my strategy, if you get it down to a T, that you will become a very powerful trader, but you have to stay committed, you have to stay dedicated, you have to follow the plan, follow the rules. And when you do this and you learn the system, you take enough time to do it, learn the system, follow the confluences, follow everything that needs to be followed, you will absolutely 100% be a profitable trader. But it takes time, it takes effort, it takes conviction, it takes a lot of just growing as a person, as a trader, and the fact that I know ultimately where I want to see the market go before I'm going to enter a trade. Like right in here, as the market comes down here, I want to see it touch that 50 moving average before I'm going to enter this trade, because ultimately I know that we're on that powerful area of confluence. I already determine the confluence before it actually happens on the chart, which is super important. And that's ultimately like what I'm waiting for when I'm in trades. So let's see how this trade played out. Let's go to the 2 hour time frame where I ultimately called it because of this shark fin. Gave me that deep conviction. We're hidden divergent. We have a hidden divergent shark fin in here. As you can see, price is clearly higher right here than it is right here, but our RSI is showing us the completely opposite, which is just giving me that conviction to want to call this trade, want to be in this trade, want to enter here off that trend line. And ultimately that's what we did, and we made some great money. Like I said, 168 pips, 0 drawdown, 1 to 3 risk reward. I believe that's where my stop loss was. I know that it was actually well above a 1 to 3. It was like a 1.35 risk to reward on this trade setup. But let's just look to see how this played out. As you can see, market messed around, came up off this area, but we have the knowing that on the 6-hour time frame right in here, we have that knowing that, hey, I have the conviction that we have that hidden divergence on the 6-hour. Let's see how it plays out on that 50 moving average. And ultimately, this is what keeps me being a very successful trader. And if we look left, this is just another pattern that happens over and over again. We can see that market did the same thing, except it didn't give us the move on our TDI like it did right here. But right here was the same thing. We had resistance, broke through, turned support, and rejected off, making the higher lows. Or the higher lows. And ultimately it just kept making a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. This one was with the 50 moving average. Easy trade setup. And ultimately we can tell on that weekly time frame that this is actually going to probably be, if we look at the weekly, probably going to hit that 800 moving average on the weekly time frame. Our RSI is in a breakout shark fin where we're probably going to see some shorter shark fin from the highs on this weekly time frame, and that's ultimately another conviction and why I would rather be in a buy on this trade than a sell. But I hope you guys understand the importance of just having the conviction in your own trading system and having some sort of niche in your trading system that you're just repeating over and over again, like I do. I know the market so well. Sometimes I think I know the market too well, but I wouldn't change a stinking thing. And ultimately, I'm just getting better day by day. I'm excited to grow and help you guys grow, and that's my overall goal. How many traders can I help make profitable by the mindset that I've obtained by actually freaking doing it and making it happen and sticking to my rules and being honest with myself and just truthfully making it happen? So anyways, I hope to see you guys here more. Tell your friends, tell everyone, join the community, tradersociety.com. I promise you, if you're a trader, it's one of the best investments you'll make. And I'm not even saying that. It's not for the money aspect. It's for the pure fact that your life will change as a trader, because if you follow my mindset as a trader, even adapt it into the own way that you trade, and you pick up some key nuggets on what I do, you will become a 10 times better trader than before you left the academy. And there's just so many stinking things that are gonna be coming in this group that are just awesome. I love seeing it. I love seeing people's lives change, and ultimately I can't wait to change the freaking world in the industry that we're in and make it to where it should be so much better and so much more life-changing than the gambling mindset that most people have attained in this industry. So we'll see you guys soon, and I'm glad to have you here. Again, let's just get better, let's grow, let's see what we can do, and make sure you're holding yourself accountable.